Now that Season 3 has ended, let's address the 500-pound gorilla in the room.
Princess Twilight. Sparkle. Swag.
Dun dun dun!
I love that clip.
The Princess Twilight cometh. Behold, behold.
This is an issue that has been very divisive, to say the least, to this fandom. Even more divisive than Keep Calm and Flutter On. I thought I would say wait and see, as this is part 1 of 3 apparently. However, unlike last week, I can actually chime in on what we've seen so far. And I have to say, the execution was poor. But it was going to happen. I knew this day would come from back in Season 1. Twilight has been taught firsthand by the immortal empress of a nation, and full sat at a young age by another princess. She was, or is, the key user of the elements of harmony, both whose past users were alicorns. Even her name, Twilight, implies a place between the sun and the moon. And I'm not the only one to see Twilight as a successor to Celestia.
I had a vision for the destinies of all these characters. I wanted Twilight Sparkle to eventually become Celestia's successor.
Now if this was coming, then why all the controversy and rage over wings? Well, there's 2 immediate reasons that come to my mind. One was execution. Magic Mystery Cure was a phenomenally produced episode, but the story pacing was bad. There are 2 very distinct storylines crammed into one episode. One about Fate and Cutie Marks, and the other about Twilight's ascension to the throne. Both are deep concepts but are cut short of the required depth and length because of the time restraints. Though the songs and animation were amazing.
I have to find a way to make this all okay. I can't believe this small mistake could have caused so much heartache. Oh why, losing promise, I don't know what to do. Seeking answers, I fear I won't get through to you.
Second is because of fear of character lag. What is character lag? Well, it's a concept I bring over from my experience in anime. It's when the protagonist of a show starts getting all the attention and importance shifted on them in a plot perspective. Most anime start out as a small, dedicated group of friends working towards a common goal. There's usually a protagonist or 2, but they all sort of have neutral ground. But in long, ongoing series, many characters are just left at the wayside. For instance, remember Orihime, Chad, and Uryu from Bleach? Remember how they were hyped up only to become fodder? While Ichigo got all the fights that actually mattered, and then some. I hate that arc. Or summarized in one word, Krillin. One reason I particularly love fairy tale anime so much is because it maintains that side and support characters throughout the series. Lucy and Natsu may be the main protagonist, but Happy, Gray, Erza, and Wendy get their moments.
So, what's that humongous thing you got there?
It's the horn of a monster that I defeated. The locals were so thankful they decorated it and gave it to me as a souvenir. Do you have a problem with it?
Heck, even Kana, a complete side character, had an important part to play with great payoff. What Alicorn Twilight does is it elevates her above the rest of her friends, by a wide margin.
You are an inspiration to us all, Twilight.
That's not helping. See, Twilight is the most popular character of the main 6, but by far not a majority. Even her top spot tends to jump up and down, usually between Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, and occasionally Pinkie Pie. Many brony are simply scared that their favorite character will just get left behind. They will become Twilight and her sidekicks.
The Princess Twilight cometh, behold, behold, a princess here before us, behold, behold, behold.
That imagery is really not helping. However, I still have faith in the writers. They have always put forth great effort to make all the characters stand out in their own unique ways. I don't think their core concept of balance amongst the main six is going to change that much in Season 4. Twilight has become elevated, yes, but others can also. Like, for example, Rainbow Dash could become the leader of the Wonderbolts.
I wanted Rainbow Dash to become a Wonderbolt.
And other ways for them to end concerns is by simply defining the limits of Alicorn's power. Celestia vs. Chrysalis proved there are not all powerful beings. Megan McCarthy's words about this being part 1 of 3 really make me believe that this will be addressed to some degree in those other 2 parts. So yes, it happened. While the execution was rushed, the series can move on to a new level. I put faith that the writers can keep up their great work in Season 4 until we'll have reason not to. And since Season 4 is already confirmed to be 26 episodes, rushing, which was the biggest flaw of this season, has already been addressed. Till next time, keep calm and an open mind. And it seems the wings have carried over dimensions.